I want you to watch this clip of Melanie Phillips expertly breaking down Israel's right to exist. Check it out.
My question is for Melanie. Mehdi, I think you're great as well, so thank you for everything.
Well, we know where your loyalties lie as you ask your question.
Long story short, I'm 19, I go to King's and I study religion, philosophy and ethics. And I studied Judaism. I'm a Muslim, but I chose to study Judaism, and I read Arthur Koestler's The 13th Tribe of Israel. And he says that Ashkenazi Jews, they were European race that converted to Judaism.
Can we have the questions fast, please?
So my question is, do you think that there are some Jews living in Israel who are originally of European descent, not like you say, they were historically the most historical people that's ever lived in the land in Israel, or do you think that's just another lie as well?
So Melanie, if you can deal briefly with the first question, the history.
So I didn't actually understand the question. I'm so sorry. I didn't quite understand what you were talking about. Were you saying that some Jews are not Jews? Is that your point?
No, that they're not converted Europeans.
You were saying that Jews, they're the most, they are the longest people who have lived there for the longest time historically, but some Jews have converted from European Christians to Jews. So actually, they weren't the longest people that lived there because they used to live in Europe.
Okay.
So maybe Palestinians were the longest people that have lived there because they were living in Europe.
Okay, can we just have we need to get through quite a lot of answers.
I'm so sorry.
Short, quick answer for that.
The simple answer to your question is that the Jewish people are the only people for whom the land of Israel was ever their national kingdom, several hundred years before Islam was invented and the Arabs invaded. And that is the point I was making. They are the only people for whom Israel is their national kingdom. The fact that many Jews haven't lived there is self-evidently true, but that is not the point. The Jews are entitled to the land of Israel because that is their ancient historic homeland, from which they were dispossessed by waves of colonial invaders, and which they have got back from colonialism, and which some people think is actually that they should not be able to do that. That's the point I was making.
Okay, thanks for that. We're not
Quickly jumping away. I think that was a great response. The Jewish people have a right to their historic homeland, just like any other people would, especially since we took it. Like, what is this? Great job there by Melanie Phillips. You know, this is just such a tired conversation. I don't know why we're still having this idea of, like, you know, do the Jews have the right to their historic homeland? Everybody knows Jews are from Judea. It literally says it in the Quran, B'nai Yisrael, the children of Israel. Like, it says it in their holy book. It says it in our holy book. It's like everybody knows it, but nobody wants to just say the obvious, and that is that Israel and the Jews are like almost synonymous. They're returning to Zion. Zionism is returning to Zion, which is an age-old promise that God made to Abraham, which he also made to Moses, which has been passed down for generations and has always been the Jewish people's dream of creating a homeland in Israel. And this is, we already had the first Commonwealth with David. We had the second Commonwealth, and now we're in the third Commonwealth. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. Thank you, and have a good one.